Just got back from walking Emma to school early for her choir practice. It's been a long morning already and I'm starving. The kitchen is dark and cold. No smell of coffee or breakfast. What's going on here? Sarah? Where's my breakfast? The kitchen's completely empty and I've been dealing with construction site issues since dawn.
I just finished a 12-hour night shift at the hospice, James. Mrs. Anderson passed away at 5 a.m., and I had to stay with her family. I made some breakfast sandwiches yesterday, they're in the blue container in the fridge. Just need a quick heat.
You expect me to eat leftovers? A construction manager needs a proper hot breakfast. I've got 50 workers waiting for instructions.
I'm really sorry. The night was particularly rough. 2 patients passed, and their families needed support. The sandwiches are actually quite good. I used that artisanal bread you like from the farmer's market. Emma had one yesterday and loved it.
Day-old sandwiches? What kind of wife serves her husband leftover food for breakfast? And why is it so quiet? Where's Emma? Maybe she can make something, she's old enough now.
What? She's only 10, James. And she's at school for morning choir practice. You literally just dropped her off. I can't believe you're suggesting our 5th grader should cook your breakfast. Have you lost your mind?
Why not? Mrs. Thompson next door says Emma's quite talented in their after-school cooking club. Says she makes amazing chocolate chip cookies. Besides, most kids her age are much more independent. My mother was cooking full meals by the time she was 9.
She made cookies once, under adult supervision. That's completely different from handling a hot stove alone. I know she's growing up fast, but she's still our little girl. Remember how scared she was of the toaster just last year?
Oh, spare me the sentimental mom act. You're barely here to see her grow up anyway. Always at the hospice with your patients. When was the last time you actually made her breakfast? Or helped with homework?
Don't you dare question my commitment to Emma. I specifically requested night shifts so I could be there for her after school. And my work matters, James. These people and their families need someone during their final moments. You have no idea. Just last night, I held Mrs. Anderson's hand as she said goodbye to her children. She was younger than me, James. Her kids are Emma's age.
Here we go with the noble hospice nurse routine. Always hiding behind your calling when you fail as a wife and mother. You know what? I'm done. Go get some sleep, you're clearly not in your right mind. And don't bother making dinner either, you'll probably be too exhausted again. I'll figure something out myself.
James, please. I'm trying my best to balance everything. The night shift pays better, it helps with Emma's tutoring and your car payments.
Well, your best isn't good enough. A real wife would find a normal 9-to-5 job closer to home. Like Mrs. Thompson, she works at the grocery store.
I won't apologize for doing meaningful work, James. My patients and their families need me. And the night shift differential helps pay our bills.
And your family doesn't need you? Just stay at your precious hospice tonight. See if I care.
You're being unfair. I'm exhausted and emotional after my shift. Can we please talk about this later?
There's nothing to talk about. A wife's place is with her family. End of discussion. It's been 3 hours and you haven't replied. Where are you?
I'm still at the hospice, James. Nancy called in sick, and we're already short-staffed. The families need support.
Of course you are. Always choosing your calling over your family. I bet you haven't even thought about Emma's lunch.
I made her lunch last night, it's in her purple lunchbox. And I'm doing this extra shift for our family. The overtime pays for Emma's math tutor.
Don't pretend this is about money. You just can't stand being a normal housewife, can you? Too boring for Nurse Sarah?
Being a hospice nurse isn't about excitement, James. It's about being there for people in their final moments. Something you'll never understand.
Right, because I'm just a simple construction manager who doesn't understand noble callings. At least I'm home every night for our daughter.
You mean you're at the bar every night? Don't think Emma doesn't notice the empty bottles in the recycling bin.
How dare you! A man needs to unwind after dealing with idiots all day. At least I'm not abandoning my family.
I miss Emma so much during night shifts. We used to read Harry Potter together every evening, all cuddled up with her stuffed animals. She's such a mature, understanding girl for her age. And I make the most of my days off. We go to the park, bake cookies, do art projects. Last weekend we spent hours making friendship bracelets and talking about school. The way her face lights up when we have our special mother-daughter time, those moments mean everything to me.
Does Emma really feel that way? Or are you just telling yourself that to feel better about choosing work over family?
She's always been very open with her feelings, James. If something was bothering her, she'd tell me directly. Remember how clear she was about wanting to quit ballet last year? And she understands that helping people at the hospice is important work. She even made cards for some of the patients' families.
You really believe that? If I were Emma, I'd resent having a mother who's more concerned with strangers than her own child.
Speaking of mothers, your mom, Mrs. Wilson, taught for 30 years while raising you. She must understand the importance of having a meaningful career.
Don't bring my mother into this. She was home every night by dinner time, like a proper mother should be.
That's not what she told me, James. She mentioned staying late for parent conferences, grading papers until midnight. She said it was challenging but worth it.
Stop trying to change the subject. When are you going to step up and be a real mother? These night shifts at the hospice have to end.
Why am I the only one who needs to change? Your construction management salary barely covers our basic expenses. The night shift differential is essential. That extra pay helps with Emma's tutoring, her music lessons, the mortgage. You know our financial situation is tight.
Always about the money with you. Our daughter needs her mother more than piano lessons and fancy tutors.
It's not just about money, James. My work matters. I help families through their darkest moments. I'm showing Emma that women can have meaningful careers. Just yesterday, I helped a family say goodbye to their grandmother. Emma needs to see that caring for others has value.
Oh please, you complain about work constantly. The scheduling is brutal, the emotional toll is exhausting. Just quit already.
Yes, hospice work is challenging. Of course it is. I'm helping people face death. But making a difference makes it worthwhile. And you're one to talk about complaining. All I hear is how your contractors are incompetent, your workers are lazy, your boss is unreasonable.
Wait. I just figured it out. These night shifts, the emotional connections with patients' families. You're seeing someone at the hospice.
What? Have you completely lost your mind? I spend my nights caring for dying patients and comforting their grieving families.
Don't play innocent. I've seen how friendly you were with that new doctor. Dr. Robertson with his fancy car and perfect hair.
Dr. Anderson? He's 65 years old and has been happily married for 40 years. His wife volunteers at our fundraisers. This paranoia has to stop, James. I can't believe you'd accuse me of cheating while I'm literally helping people in their final hours.
Right, you're such a saint. Saint Sarah, the selfless hospice nurse. Maybe if you spent half as much time caring for your family.
They're not just random patients, James. They're people, scared, vulnerable people who need compassion in their final moments. And what about your behaviors? The drinking is getting worse every month.
Don't change the subject. I work 60-hour weeks managing construction sites in the hot sun. I deserve to unwind.
You think I don't work hard? Try holding someone's hand while they take their last breath, then immediately putting on a brave face for the next patient.
At least I handle my stress like a normal person, a few beers after work to relax. Nothing wrong with that.
A few beers? James, you spend hundreds every week at Murphy's Bar. Our savings account is empty because of your drinking. Meanwhile, you criticize me for buying a $2 chocolate bar after a 12-hour shift where I've lost multiple patients.
How dare you? I deserve to relax after dealing with incompetent workers all day. Not all of us can find fulfillment in wiping strangers' foreheads.
No one's saying you can't have a drink to unwind. But you're spending our mortgage money at the bar while criticizing my career choices. I buy myself a small treat maybe once a week, a candy bar or ice cream after a particularly tough shift. That's normal coping, James.
What you do and I do are totally different. I spend my days in the scorching sun, yelling at incompetent workers and dealing with impossible deadlines. Not a single moment of joy. Meanwhile, you get to play Angel of Mercy, feeling good about making a difference. I don't see you dragging yourself home exhausted and beaten down like I do. You don't deserve treats after work. Your reward is all that warm, fuzzy satisfaction you get from helping people. Must be nice to have such a fulfilling job. Buying yourself chocolates is ridiculous when you clearly love your job so much. While you're off having meaningful conversations, our daughter is home alone. Think about how Emma feels while you're comforting other people's families instead of your own. You're neglecting our child. Take some time to really think about your priorities. We can talk when you come to your senses about what's truly important.
I don't need to think about anything, James. I know I'm doing the right thing, for our family and my patients. James? Why is all my stuff thrown across the front lawn? What's going on? And why are you blasting Bon Jovi at full volume? The whole neighborhood can hear you.
Had the day from hell at the construction site. 3 safety violations and a worker injury. Been knocking forever. I can hear you singing in there.
What? You're locked out? I thought you'd given up and left when the banging stopped. The music's so loud I can barely think.
Mock my singing all you want, still better than your shower performances. But that's not important. I saw you with him today.
Oh God, not these paranoid delusions again. I can't believe we're back to your cheating accusations.
No delusion this time. Saw you getting out of his fancy car, giving him that flirty little smile. Not even trying to be discreet right in front of our house. A smart woman would at least park around the corner. But you're so brazen about it now, aren't you?
That was Dr. Anderson, our 65-year-old hospice director. He gave several of us a ride after our emergency staff meeting about the virus outbreak in Ward C. Monica and Julie were in the back seat. We were discussing the new safety protocols. I've shown you his picture before.
How convenient. Got an explanation for everything, don't you? Probably rehearse that story on your cozy drive home.
This is absurd. Call the hospice if you don't believe me. Dr. Anderson's wife volunteers there every weekend, everyone knows them. And wait till HR hears about these accusations. They take harassment very seriously. This could affect your position on the hospital construction project.
Threaten all you want. Your banging on the door is better entertainment than any TV show.
James, this is MY House 2. My name is on the lease. Let me in or I'm calling the police.
Go ahead! I'll tell them all about your special relationship with the distinguished Dr. Anderson. See how that affects your precious career. And if you don't leave now, this martini's going right out the window, all over your nursing scrubs.
You're being horrible. Emma will be home from her study group soon. She'll let me in.
Watch yourself when you get in. Got lots of pent-up anger from dealing with those union complaints today.
Emma's already home actually, in her room with her noise-canceling headphones, doing her online French lessons. She can't hear your tantrum.
Keep pounding on that door, it's making my evenings so much more entertaining.
James, this is completely unhinged. How far are you planning to take this?
You're not getting in. Go stay with your doctor boyfriend. I'm sure his beachfront mansion has plenty of guest rooms.
He's been married for 40 years. Has grandkids Emma's age. Everyone at the hospice knows how devoted he is to his wife who volunteers with us.
You've really practiced this story, haven't you? Such a creative little liar. Why don't you go back to that trailer park you grew up in? I'm sure your welfare-collecting parents would love to have their precious nurse back.
You know what? Fine. I'll stay at my sister Catherine's tonight. But don't think this is over, especially with Emma here alone with you.
Emma and I are going to have a great time. We're getting creative with the family photos, drawing horns and fangs on Mommy's face. Maybe we'll cut you out completely. Make some lovely collages with monster pictures instead.
Emma would never participate in something so cruel. She knows who really cares about her. This isn't over, James. And FYI, those welfare-collecting parents you mock? They put themselves through night school to give me a better life. Unlike some people, they understand the value of hard work.
It's already 6 o'clock and Emma hasn't come home yet. I've called the school 3 times and they said she's not there. I hate your guts, but I think something's wrong with her. We need to call the police immediately, she could be in danger.
Slow down and don't jump to conclusions so quickly. Emma is right here, safe in her mother's arms where she belongs.
What the hell? You took my daughter without telling me? How dare you try to take her away? I'm not leaving her in the care of a cheating hospice nurse. I'll make sure you never see her beautiful face again, I promise you that.
That's absolutely ridiculous coming from you. You've been the one cheating this whole time while accusing me. The hypocrisy is unbelievable.
Shut your mouth. I know exactly what you've been doing all along. You've been accusing me of cheating to cover up your own affair. Turns out you were the unfaithful one this whole time.
Oh, really? Do you actually have any proof to back up these wild accusations? You'd better be completely sure of yourself before you start throwing around claims of cheating.
I have more than enough proof, 2 solid witnesses and detailed information from a private investigator. Would you like to hear all the evidence against you?
I really don't like where this conversation is heading, but go ahead. Please explain yourself and all the supposed evidence.
The witnesses are my mother and our daughter Emma. My mother was at the shopping mall looking for classroom decorations when she spotted you talking and laughing with a young woman at the cafe. She didn't want to interrupt what might have been a work meeting, but it stuck in her mind, especially after Emma revealed everything else.
No. Please don't tell me you've involved Emma in this, not my precious little girl.
She's not your precious little girl anymore. I know everything you've been doing to her. She's finally had enough of your manipulation.
Actually, James, since Emma spends more time at home than I do because of your insistence, she's had plenty of contact with your physical therapist friend Jennifer.
Yes, I'm well aware Emma knew about Jennifer. I specifically told her to keep it secret from you, said if she truly loved her father she wouldn't tell her mother anything. You've completely brainwashed her against me. It was just one harmless little lie to protect our happiness. I cannot believe this betrayal. After all the times I made her promise to keep quiet, after all the gifts and treats and special daddy-daughter days. I bought her everything she wanted. How could she do this to me now?
Our daughter has more integrity than you'll ever have. When you started accusing me of cheating, it made her question your behavior. That's when she finally broke down and told me everything you've been doing behind my back.
My sweet little girl. I thought we had something special, a real father-daughter bond. Why would she betray her beloved papa like this?
You should know by now that Emma is far more mature than most kids her age. This whole situation has been incredibly difficult for her. She knew telling me was the right thing to do, but she was terrified of losing her family. She even researched divorce statistics and calculated how it would affect our household finances. No 10-year-old should have to carry that kind of burden.
I feel absolutely horrible. I should never have put her through any of this. I just hope someday she'll let me explain myself to her. I still love her so much. What else did your detective agency discover? What other dirty details did they dig up?
I hired the detective agency to verify everything Emma told me. I needed to be absolutely certain before taking any action. And I'm so glad I did the investigation.
Just tell me everything you found out. What kind of evidence do you have?
I have it all: text messages, photographs, witness statements. The detective got some very clear shots of you and Jennifer together. I'll send them to you later. Maybe seeing proof of your behavior will help you realize what a despicable person you've become.
What do you mean you have witness testimony? You didn't actually talk to Jennifer, did you?
The detective did all the talking. Turns out I wasn't the only one you were lying to. After all these years of marriage, I know you don't have the charm or time to actually pursue another woman properly. Honestly, I probably only married you out of pity. Jennifer told the detective everything: how you said your wife died in a tragic construction accident, using fake grief to get sympathy. You're such a pathetic, uninteresting man that you have to invent stories just to seem appealing to women.
You have to admit it was pretty clever. I couldn't exactly hide Emma's existence, and I needed a good story to explain why I was a single father. Not only did it explain Emma perfectly, but Jennifer really opened up to me after hearing about my tragic loss. I may not be charming, but I can think on my feet.
And what exactly did Jennifer have to say when she discovered your dead wife was very much alive and working at the local hospice?
That woman completely lost it when she found out. She told me to warn you never to show your face around the clinic again. Apparently she's dealt with lying married men before, actually assaulted the last guy who tried this. She mentioned she won't do that again because of her prior record, but suggested you might want to watch out for any stray golf clubs heading towards your car windows. Better be careful out there.
Wow, I had no idea Jennifer had such an aggressive side. I guess we need to figure out where we go from here. I assume you'll be filing for divorce?
Without a doubt. I wouldn't spend another minute married to someone who not only cheats but constantly belittles my work in construction. Managing multi-million-dollar projects isn't good enough for you, is it?
Let's be clear about what you're after here. Please tell me you're not planning to try for custody of Emma?
Did you really expect anything else? I'd rather die than have you and your hospice stories influence her future. I can't bear to think of the morbid ideas you'll fill her head with as she grows up.
You absolutely cannot take her from me. Emma is literally all I have left in this world. With you and Jennifer out of the picture, my daughter is everything to me. You can't do this.
That's just too bad, isn't it? These are the consequences of choosing your career over your family. Maybe you should have thought of that before.
Be realistic for once. How do you expect to raise a young daughter on your own? You need two steady incomes in today's economy, especially with your drinking habits.
Actually, I just got a significant raise at the construction company. I can provide for Emma just fine on my own.
You can choke on that blood money for all I care. Need a man to provide? I make more than enough as a senior hospice nurse to support Emma and myself comfortably. I can't believe you think I need your financial support. We'll be perfectly fine without your construction money.
So this is really how it's going to be? You're going to rip my daughter away from me after all the love and time I've invested in her? This is how you repay me for being a devoted father all these years?
Take a long, hard look in the mirror, James. You're anything but a good father. I'll have my attorney contact yours about divorce proceedings. Expect to hear from them very soon.
Hey Sarah, it's been quite a while.
I definitely wasn't expecting to hear from you this morning. What could you possibly want after all this time?
Well, you haven't blocked me yet, maybe there's still hope for us to work things out? For Emma's sake?
Actually, I spotted you in the Lakeside Heights neighborhood today. What exactly are you doing looking at houses there? The monthly rent starts at $40,000.
Thanks for the information about the price. I was wondering about that. The properties there are quite impressive.
You can't be serious. A construction manager's salary would never cover that. Even with your recent promotion.
You have no idea what's changed in the past 3 years. I've met someone incredible, a doctor worth over $77 million. She sent me to look at potential homes for us. $40,000 rent is nothing compared to her net worth.
That's so predictable, James. Meeting a wealthy doctor to solve all your problems. Let me guess, some exclusive dating service for desperate divorced men?
Actually, we met at your hospice. Ironic, isn't it?
At MY Hospice? Were you stalking our volunteers now? That's a new low, even for you.
She's a brilliant surgeon who volunteers there. We connected instantly over hospital construction projects. She kept coming back just to discuss building plans. 1 week later, she proposed both a business and personal partnership.
Really? And how does Emma feel about all this? About her father dating a doctor from her mother's workplace?
Emma loves spending time with her. Despite the normal teenage mood swings, they've really bonded. Late-night medical dramas, hot chocolate with those fancy imported marshmallows.
Emma is here with me, James. She hasn't seen you in months. She tells me everything about your canceled visits and broken promises. Your fantasy life isn't fooling anyone.
What else do you think you know about my life? Since you seem so well informed.
Dr. Mitchell handles all the construction contracts for the new hospice wing. She mentioned how your company dropped you after discovering your affair with that client. Quite the scandal in the industry.
It's even worse than what you've heard. Can't get a single new project. Is one mistake really worth destroying someone's entire career?
In construction and healthcare? Absolutely. Trust and professional boundaries are everything. You're now known as the office pariah, the only person still single and struggling to meet basic project quotas.
Go ahead, laugh at my misery. You have no idea how hard it is being alone all this time. Stop mocking me!
After all the ridicule and pain you put Emma and me through, I think I'm entitled to a little schadenfreude. You're the lowest performing employee, completely isolated at work, and even your mother Mrs. Wilson has finally seen your true colors. Must be difficult having everyone turn their backs on you. Any regrets yet?
I can handle you and the clients rejecting me, but my own mother? I thought blood meant something to her. She was supposed to support me no matter what. Now she treats you more like her child than me. Her own son!
Seems your mother-son relationship wasn't what you imagined. Her love was clearly conditional on decent behavior.
This is so unfair. I've lost literally everyone in my life, and now I'm a laughingstock at work. What did I do to deserve this?
Your actions have consequences, James. Everything happening now is the direct result of your choices.
Listen, while I have you, there's something I need to ask.
Let me guess, you want to reconcile so you can see Emma more? Save it. She's thriving without your drama.
About that Lakeside Heights house, what kind of security does it have?
The security? It's top of the line: emotion sensors, cameras, direct police connection. A leaf can't fall without the system knowing.
Perfect, exactly what I hoped to hear. My new doctor friend wants to ensure Emma's safety when we move in together. Nothing matters more than having a secure home for my daughter.
Emma lives with me permanently now, James. The court made that very clear. I'm blocking your number. Enjoy your fantasy life and empty house.
Sarah, wait. Please, what about reconciling? Emma needs her father. Think about our daughter.
I kept my word and blocked James's number completely. We haven't had any direct contact since that day. It was the clean break we all needed. According to my colleagues in healthcare construction, James has been maintaining his inappropriate behavior, flirting with clients at project sites. He's even started using dating apps targeted at medical professionals, still trying to find another wealthy doctor. His unprofessional conduct finally caught up with him. The construction company had no choice but to terminate him. I'm not sure what happened after that, but one of my hospice volunteers mentioned seeing someone who looked just like him living out of his car in the hospital parking lot. As for me, life has never been better. My new home with my doctor husband is everything we dreamed of, and he fully supports my dedication to hospice care. Emma is thriving in her advanced placement classes and talking about following in her stepmom's footsteps to medical school. Sometimes when I'm doing my night rounds at the hospice, checking on patients while the world sleeps, I think about how perfectly everything worked out. These peaceful days of meaningful work and family harmony, I hope they never end. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more content. You next time.